If you've ever looked at a pile of laundry and felt like it was actually a personal attack on your character, this episode is for you. Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of Cappuccinos Confidence. I'm so incredibly happy you've decided to carve out a little pocket of time for yourself today. Whether you're listening while power walking through a leafy London park, sitting in your favourite corner of a Marylebone cafe, or, let's be honest, hiding in a bathroom for 5 minutes of peace from your kids, I see you. Pull up a chair, grab your big brew, or that perfectly frothed oat milk latte, and let's have a proper heart-to-heart chat about something that's quietly draining your battery. Clutter. Part 1. The sneaky link between your space and your spark. Today, we're talking about clutter, but not in that clinical, throw your whole life into black bags kind of way. We're going to talk about being a We're not talking about being a minimalist who only owns one spoon and a single white linen shirt, unless that's your vibe, in which case I salute your laundry discipline. No, we're talking about the real clutter, the kind that lives in the cracks of an ambitious woman's busy life. I'm talking about the junk drawer that's officially become a portal to another dimension. You know the one. It contains 3 dead batteries, some ancient lip balm, a key to a flat you moved out of in 2018, enough hair grips to stock a salon. I'm talking about the rude cupboard boxes from your last Amazon haul that are still sitting in the hallway, looking at you with judgment every time you trip over them. I'm talking about the inbox with 4,723 unread emails. I actually saw that in someone, not me. My emails are clear, but I saw that in someone else's and that sent me into a panic. Anyway, half of which of those emails were like newsletters from shops that you haven't visited in the last leap year. And more importantly, we're talking about why this stuff makes you feel like you're losing your mind. Because here's a secret. Clutter isn't just stuff. It's about energy. It's about the silent background noise that tells your brain there is always more to do, always more to fix, and always somewhere you are falling behind. When your space is full of chaos, your mind starts to mirror that chaos. It's hard to step into your power and lead with confidence when you can't find your car keys or when your desk looks like a stationery shop exploded on it. Today, we're going to look at decluttering not as a chore, but as a confidence tool, a way to reclaim your focus and give yourself the breathing room you deserve. Part 2. The bedside table, breakthrough, and the rude unpacked boxes. Let me tell you a story about a client of mine. Let's call her Maya. Maya is a brilliant brand strategist. She's sharp, she's chic, and someone who looks like she has it all together. But when we started working together, she was feeling completely burnt out and, quite frankly, a bit of a fraud, she felt. She told me, Nefe, I sit down to work on these huge projects for my clients, but I feel like I'm walking through treacle. I'm distracted, I'm irritable, and I feel like I'm failing at everything. When we dug a little deeper, we realized her environment was screaming at her. Maya had moved house 6 months prior, and there were still unpacked boxes in her bedroom. She called them the rude boxes because they felt like they were mocking her every morning. Her bedside table was covered in old receipts, half-empty water bottle, and a pile of to-read books that had become a guilt trip pile instead. Maya thought she needed a total life overhaul. She thought she needed a long week retreat to find her focus. But I told her, babe, we aren't going to the mountains yet. We're going to start with your bedside table. She laughed. She thought it was too small to matter, but she agreed to give it 10 minutes. She cleared the receipts, took the mugs to the kitchen, and left only one beautiful candle and her current journal. That night, for the first time in months, she didn't feel low-level hum of anxiety when she turned off the light. She woke up to a clear surface, and that tiny win gave her momentum to tackle one box, then another. Maya didn't become a different person. She just stopped fighting her surroundings. The confidence didn't come from the tidy table. It came from the fact she kept a small promise to herself. She had created a space that finally supported her instead of draining her. Part 3. Visual noise, decision fatigue, and the confidence gap. So, why does a messy desk make an email feel like a board meeting? It's all about visual noise. Your brain is a processing powerhouse, but it has limits. Every single item in your peripheral vision is something your brain has to scan and categorize. When you're trying to focus on high-level tasks, but you're surrounded by clutter, your brain is constantly being pinged. The mug needs washing, the bill needs paying, the laundry is still damp. Why did I buy that exercise bike? This leads to decision fatigue. We only have a certain amount of decision fuel each day. If you've spent your whole morning navigating physical and mental clutter, by 2 p.m., you're running on fumes. This is why you end up scrolling on TikTok for an hour instead of finishing that proposal. It's not that you lack discipline, it's that your brain is exhausted from managing the chaos. And here is the heart of it, my loves. Clutter erodes your self-trust. When you live in a space that feels out of control, you start to believe you are out of control. You start telling yourself stories like, I can't keep up, or I'm just a messy person. Those stories chip away at your confidence. You stop trusting yourself to handle the big things because you feel like you aren't even handling the small things. But I want you to remember this. Clutter is not a character flaw. It's usually just evidence that you've been busy, you have been carrying a lot, or you've been prioritizing something else or everyone else's needs over your own environment. It is evidence of a full life, not a failed one. Part 4. 7 gentle resets for a calmer mind. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I don't want you to go and clean your entire house. Please don't do that to yourself. Instead, I want you to pick one of these gentle resets. So number 1, the one surface rule. Choose one flat surface in your home, your desk, the kitchen island, or your bedside table. Clear it completely. Wipe it down. Make it feel like a sanctuary. When you feel overwhelmed, look at that one clear spot and remind yourself that you are capable of creating order. 2. The high 5 reset. Simply put 5 things away. Not 50, just 5. Maybe it's a pair of shoes in the hallway, a stray pen, and a couple of mugs. It takes 30 seconds, but it breaks the paralysis of where do I even start. 3. The 10-minute boundary. Set a timer on your phone for 10 minutes. Do as much as you can in that window, and when the alarm goes off, stop. This gives your brain a safety net. You aren't committing to a marathon, you're just doing a sprint. 4. The decision later escape hatch. If you find an item that makes you freeze, like an old photo or a useful gadget you haven't used in years, don't let it derail you. Put it in a basket labeled decision later. Move it out of your immediate space so you can keep the momentum going. 5. The mental brain dump. Sometimes the clutter is inside the house of your mind. Take a piece of paper and write down every single thing that is looping in your head. Book the dentist, reply to Sarah, buy more light bulbs. Why was that woman in the shop rude to me? Get it out of your head and onto the page. Once it's written down, your brain can stop trying to save it. 6. The evening room reset. Before you go to bed, spend 5 minutes resetting one room, usually the one you'll see first in the morning. Fluff the sofa cushions, clear the coffee table, and put the remote away. Give tomorrow you the gift of a fresh start. Finally, number 7, the finishing ritual. Decluttering shouldn't feel like a punishment. Once you've done a small reset, mark the occasion. Light a luxury candle, put on some jazz music or pop, or spray a bit of your favourite room mist. This signals to your brain that the work is done and the calm has begun. Part 5. Final thoughts. Stepping into your power, one drawer at a time. My loves, as we wrap up today's chat, I want you to take a deep breath. You are not your clutter. You are a powerful, ambitious, incredible woman who's simply navigating a very busy world. If your space feels like a lot right now, it's okay to start small. In fact, starting small is the only way to make it stick. Confidence isn't built in a day. It's built in the tiny moments where you choose to support yourself. Clearing a drawer isn't just about the drawer. It's about proving to yourself that you are worth the effort of a peaceful environment. If you're ready to dive deeper into this and really clear the decks for your next big growth season, I've got 2 things for you. Number 1 is a Clutter to Clarity guide. This is my practical, no shame guide to clearing your space and your mind. You can find it at nefegante.com/shop. And number 2 is the Wheel of Life. If you feel like your whole life is a bit out of alignment and you aren't sure where the clutter is coming from, download my free worksheet to get a bird's eye view of where you are, and that is nefegante.com/free resources. This week, I challenge you to choose just one surface, clear it, breathe, and notice how much lighter you feel. You've got this, and I'm right here cheering you on. Until next time, keep your coffee hot and your confidence high. With so much love, Nefe. Bye.